Right then, wish upon involves 7 wishes, 7 deaths, 7 deadly sins, and basically a demon takes your soul at the end. That's pretty much a story that Claire, played by Joey King, who was the girl from The Conjuring, she was the one that says, "Oh my God, there's something behind that door. It's standing right behind you." So if you guys remember that character, I don't recall the character offhand by name, but I thought, okay, hey, why not? That's where I recognized her from. It took me until watching this movie to recognize her. But Joey King, she did fine in the lead here. It's a basic horror movie by the numbers. You can see the deaths coming a mile away, and it's very Final Destination like with the deaths. Very much like The Box that Cameron Diaz was in. I mean, you wish for $1,000,000, or you hit it and you get, money, but somebody else dies. Can you have that on your conscience? With this, the more stuff you wish for, fame, money, popularity, for your family to be whole again, everything has a price, and that's pretty much what the point of this was. Ryan Felipe was also her dad in this, Elizabeth Rome, who was the blonde ADA, I believe, in Law and Order for a few seasons. She was in it. One actress that I thought did fine in her supporting part was a woman named Shannon Purser. Sorry if I get that wrong. She played June, who was one of Claire's friends. She was fine, and the other girl that played her friend, Sydney Park, she was fine also. The cast was basic, but the cast did fine. I mean, it wasn't great. None of the deaths were shocking. Like I said, you could see them coming a mile away. And really, I mean, it's like, this is kind of spoiler here, so if you don't want to hear spoilers, I mean, watch this review later after you've seen it. But Claire, as a young girl, sees her mom, or her mom puts something, her mom, played by Elizabeth Rome, puts something in the trash, and it turns out to be this box, this music box, that has a history about it where a curse is basically placed upon it, and a demon comes to claim you once the 7th wish is made. And it has a hold of you. Because if you abandon it, if you lose it, if it is not in your possession, I'm not saying like locked here on your person, but if you do not keep possession of it, then every wish is undone and you're right back to normal. But the demon still comes to claim you. So you're pretty much screwed once you make a wish. The only way to avoid having issues, and basically losing your life and the life of your loved ones, is to not make a wish and live your life that way. That's pretty much what the point of it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm reading way more into this movie than the director or the writer ever did. And the director, funny note, is actually the same guy who directed Mortal Kombat Annihilation and Annabelle, which, I mean, Annabelle wasn't great, but since I'm terrified of dolls, it did have its moments. But, like I said, the cast was fine. It wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination. None of the deaths were particularly shocking. They were very later Final Destination, like, from like 3 on, where the deaths got ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, the deaths in Final Destination 1 and 2, really with the exception of the freeway crash at the beginning of 2, were pretty basic and pretty elaborate and pretty silly. But just, everybody played their parts fine. Stay away from chainsaws and stay away from giant bullhorns, that much I'll tell you. And not bullhorns of a live bull, but like a display that you have where the bullhorns are about, like, out to here, or like from wall to wall. Why would you have something like that? But as far as the standout performances, Shannon Purser and Joey King. I think Joey King, if I saw her date of birth right, because I mean, I looked this up just to find out that was it 17, 18-year-olds actually playing their age, or was it 20-somethings playing teenagers? Because a lot of horror movies tend to do that. Joey King's got a bright future because eyes tell a big story. If you have expressive eyes and you can do decent facial expressions, you can have a lengthy career in horror and dramas. And I think that she's only going to be 18 this coming, I think at the end of this month. And I'm recording this like the day of, so it's July 14th. she's got a future. I mean, Ryan Felipe's been around the block. He's done enough movies. Elizabeth Rome's done enough movies. Shannon, the girl who played June, I think could do just fine. Sydney Park, I think, has also a decent future as far as movies. The thing about it is, if you go with no expectations, you might actually not mind it. It's not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination. Is it a horrible movie? No. No. It does teach you. The one thing that did get to me, the one thing that got to me was, and I'm not going to spoil everything, but when having a whole family is a rare treat, and having that good family life, and having both your parents around, and not losing your parents sooner than any of us would want to, like at such an early age. I mean, none of us ever want to lose our parents anyway, but losing parents at such a young age can affect a child. They did convey that pretty well. I will give them that much credit. You, of course, had the stock bully characters, which when they died, or they got hurt, it wasn't really bad. Yeah, there was just a lot of eh. There's a lot of eh in it. But they did convey the whole thing about, losing a family member and seeing it happen in such a traumatic, can affect a child and with, a lot of trauma, and it really can affect them long term. So yeah, okay, was the movie great? No. No. It was like Bye Bye Man, where it was very, very one note. There were a couple standout performances. Like as far as like something where it's like I try to look for little positives. So was Wish Upon great? No, it was like 1.5 stars. Because there was nothing really to it. But it was inoffensive. I didn't hate it. But it was just very basic. It was like 1.5 to 2 stars. And I'm gonna go 1.5 only because while it was inoffensive, it was also unnecessary. It just, nothing really happened. It did have a story at the end where it's like, okay, everything you wished for, whether you try to do good or not, you get payback on. It's like, it comes back. Karma is unfortunately a bitch. Live your life, enjoy what you have, and maybe good things can happen to you when you try to change things. I mean, even though obviously wish boxes like this don't exist, when you try to wish for things to be different, consequences can happen. You can forget who you are, and it can affect you a lot of ways. So that's basically it. I mean, Wish Upon, not great, not horrible, inoffensive, and just kind of there. I mean, like I said, Joey King and Shannon Purser, they did fine. Ryan Felipe did fine his role. Elizabeth Rome did fine her limited role. Everybody else did okay. Any of the bully characters were stock, but it was fine. It was better than Bye Bye Man because Wish Upon seemed like it was edited a little funny. Bye Bye Man seemed like it had about a half-hour cut out of it. So anyway, that's my review of Wish Upon. What do you guys think? Have you seen it? Have you seen it yet? What did you guys think? Leave in the comments, like, share, subscribe. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin, and I will see you soon.